on, Posse family? It's Kris here. Today, I'm going to be doing something that's a little unusual for us. Not super unusual, but it may be something that we haven't done too often. I'm going to be doing an unboxing. I received a gift from our good friends over at Capcom after receiving the code, playing Resident Evil 9 that you guys have been seeing, which, you know, it's going well. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So Capcom sent over a package following, again, giving me access to Resident Evil 9, and I'm going to open it up for you guys today. It's still the box within the box as of right now, still in the really big box. So I'm gonna scoot back a little bit. I'm gonna try to work this out to get it to be a way where you guys can see everything. I know that it's got to be Resident Evil related, just because I've been playing that game. I guess it could really be anything, but it's been forwarded, I guess, to me specifically. And if it's something like Street Fighter, that's a Rashad kind of thing. That's Mr. Street Fighter. So I got a big box of those. Some packaging, okay. Then I lied to you. There's more than just that. So I've got, they sent an amiibo, a Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin. I know it's probably like an add-on, a bit of a DLC. So they dropped an amiibo on me, which, you know, I haven't played the Monster Hunter games, but I imagine that they're going to be sending me some stuff in here to cover the blind spots that they've been hearing me saying that I haven't interacted with. So I'm going to drop that there. Chat, there's a second box within the box containing something like another box. Okay, hold on, there's something else. Okay, yeah, this is Resident Evil specific. First aid kit. You know, you find some stuff like this within the Resident Evil game. I don't think it's like a Resident Evil brand, it's just like a regular first aid kit, which I do think is pretty funny. Maybe they've been watching the games, or they've asked for Shoutout, and they're like, who in the Posse hurts themselves a lot? And it's me. I'm clumsy, I'm this big. Sometimes things happen. Okay, now here is the box. The other box. You see it right there. Don't worry, my address isn't on here. Capcom. I'll put this down here. And then I'm gonna pull it up out of here. Guess I'll show you guys what I'm looking at. I still don't have the firmest idea of what this is, but here is the box within the box that was in another box. Kind of like scared. I want to like grab it from the side and pull on it weird. And I don't want to start tearing it. Ah! There you go. This way. That was the top that I just showed you guys. Resident Evil 4 Collector's Edition. Here is, I know it's probably a little crazy because the video is flipped. Hopefully when it gets posted, it'll be turned the other way. I don't record myself a lot, so I'm, you know, doing a bad job of showing that I know how cameras work. Showing me on the back what all is in here, but I will just open it and let you guys see it that way. Cool box. Supposed to be emulating the, let's put it too far. Supposed to be, if I'm assuming, emulating the, you know, the storage things in the game that I always go back to. And for the longest, I was like, am I supposed to be doing this? Am I making people mad at me by doing all this backtracking? And then you guys would be like, no, that's part of the game. It's not unwatchable. There's other unwatchable parts of me playing this game, I'm sure, but the backtracking, I appreciate people letting me know that it's just supposed to go down that way. It's got some tape on it. Okay. Resident Evil 4 Collector's Edition box. Dude, I mean, they sealed this thing in a way that would be too hard to open. If I was in a Resident Evil game and this box was presented to me, I'd be like, I'm cooked. I'm not gonna have time to put my stuff in here. All right, so, okay, it looks like a case. So it looks like a steel book for Resident Evil 4. This not in here. That is because to the right of that is a copy of Resident Evil 4. So what I imagine has happened is, as I've been on stream playing Resident Evil 9, once a stream every now and then it'll come up and I'll be like, I haven't played another Resident Evil game before. This is baby's first Resident Evil. And I think that they just heard that enough and they're like, okay, well, get ready to learn a different Resident Evil game. I've got this poster, which, that's the backside of it, I know. I had to make sure I turn it out. So this is the map of the game. I don't know where Resident Evil 4 is set. I'm sure some of you will be able to look at it like that one is set in XYZ. Let's just down here at the bottom. Valdolobos. It's like written in like this like weird cursive that's like stacked on top of each other. I can read all the other words, so you know. It's not that I'm bad at reading cursive. I'm bad at writing in cursive though. I learned how to write my name in cursive in school, and then they're just like, that's probably it. The code to a copy of the Resident Evil soundtrack, the digital soundtrack. Okay, I'm seeing that on the back of the box with all the stuff that I'm getting. So digital soundtrack will be cool. I know people love the music in these games, so I'll be excited to get around to it. You hear that? Art book. Resident Evil art book. Sorry, I keep checking on the back to make sure the stuff I'm pulling out is the exact stuff that I'm looking for. But it does tell me on the page that this is it. Here's the GOAT, as I'm learning, Mr. Leon S. Kennedy. As a younger lad than the first time that I met him, when he's an older fella. There's people in here that I'm like, who are these people? And not because I don't know who they are, but because like the characters are, I'm like, what are you doing in this scenario? Okay, now this is, I imagine, the piece de resistance. It's at the bottom of it, and I see it in here. It's a Leon S. Kennedy figure. I guess I can take it out. I was like, I don't know how I want to do this, so I want to open it and take this one out now, or do I just post that later? But what have I got to lose by taking it out? I think part of why I didn't want to take it out, because I'm like, where do I put it afterwards? But you see behind me, I've got some space. I can probably clear some stuff off, put it on top of my PC. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. It's kind of a big figure too. Like I know, you saw the box. Of course it is, but I know, these collectible figures they do to make them pretty large. But here he is, in his glory. Let's pop the plastic off. Seal it in there. Where the scissors? One thing that you guys gotta know about me when it comes to opening stuff, there are times where I look like I don't know how to open things because I get scared of pulling on stuff too hard because I'm like, I don't want to break it. There have been times when I've been trying to get out of a door and, some of those like electronic doors, like with the locks or whatever, I'll be like, I think it's still just locked, I can't get out. And then somebody will come and open it with like relative ease because they just like pull on it really hard. I'm always like, I don't want to, and it's not because I'm like, oh, I'm so strong, I'm going to break the door, but sometimes you put an amount of effort into something, you just like, if I put any more of this into what I'm doing, something bad is going to happen. So, and that happened with this box for like approximately 5 seconds. Here is the Leon figure. Oh, let's get him out of plastic. I can at least get him out of there. Okay, his thumb is stuck in the plastic. I'm being trolled. He's trolling me. Mr. One-Liner himself. It's got a stand. It's got his shotgun and a pistol in the rest of the wrappers. Assuming, I can't imagine you can swap out with him holding. I'm assuming that he's got a holster on this side. So if I had to, I'm gonna stop talking while I do this. If I had to venture to guess, I would say that I could probably just put the pistol in the holster. Oh, come on. My next level of things that I'm doing that are like normal and unwatchable, we've already gotten backtracking in Resident Evil games, but how about taking the statue out and putting it on a stand in the video? It's kind of dark in this corner that I'm in. good enough lighting to see me, but like trying to do this. Oh, and again, classic case of don't want to push down too hard. There we go. He's right here. Here's Glory. Let's get his weapons in his hand, and then we'll wrap this thing up. I'll set him down there. Oh, it's a regular pistol. I thought it would have been like the Requiem or something. Maybe that's the thing that he gets a little later on. Maybe he doesn't have that in Resident Evil 4. Which, understandable. You know, he might not be in a situation where he needs all that gun. Because that's a whole lot of gun that he's got with that Requiem. So, like, you're not always in the scenario like where that's what you need. So, maybe he's having like a more normal day. Oh. So another classic case of not pushing it down too much. I don't want to break it. You know, we're gonna skip this part because this is more fighting with it than I think it's worth. But I'm gonna get it all set up, and I'll get a picture. Secondary video, maybe. I might take another one after this, but at least get a picture of this all put together in whatever spot I'm gonna have it in. Again, huge shout out to Capcom for sending this over. I'll show you guys. I know it's empty, but I'll show you this. Show you the back of the box, all the cool stuff that they sent me. The art book, a copy of the game with the steel book case, the Leon statue, a copy of the digital soundtrack. And I mean, the box that it comes in is even like it's advertised on the back of the box as like a box, you know. Cool box, you know. It's gotta be something that I'm gonna keep, but now I'm like, I gotta find somewhere to put it. I can't get rid of the box. Like it's designed. I'll get rid of the big box, and then dare I say the secondary box, but like Leon is in here. I just picked it up too aggressively. This right here, the box of boxes, I gotta hold on to it. So again, huge shout out to Capcom. Thank you so much for all that you've done for us in what feels like the short period of time we've been Capcom players, and you guys have given us codes to tons of games. You sent me over this incredible collector's edition of this game that now I gotta finish Resident Evil 9 so I can go ahead and play this one. And I think that like I'll be better at this one, you know, having played one before. So huge shout out to Capcom one more time. Huge shout out to all of you guys. Your support has made it possible for us to continue to be Capcom creators. And yeah, excited to play more Resident Evil 9 and excited to get on Resident Evil 4. So this has been Kris from the Posse. You know, stay easy, stay beautiful, stay enjoying whatever game you're playing, stay problematic. I'll see you guys later.